were looking forward to? Was it due to the fact that weeks gone by, both teams had, very uncomfortable games with results they didn't expect?
I think both Asante Kotoko and House of Folk is having, bad season. They are having bad season. It's not been their best season in the Ghana Premier League. Almost struggle. So it tells you the kind of points they are having in the Premier League. It tells you how these two teams are struggling in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So let's see, maybe things can change. But the only thing I can say is House of Folk, the kind of preparation they did before they played the game against Brekum Chelsea in Brekum to get that maximum 3 points and 3 goals. They should use the same formula for the next 3 games that is left in the Ghana Premier League.
And they can find victory.
If not, where I sit, House of Folk will be relegated.
Okay, we'll take a look at that, but let's go quickly to the table. Let's start from the bottom. And it doesn't look too good for the last 3. Accra Great Olympics, Bofuakwatano, and of course, Real Tamale United. Great Olympics have a game in hand. Real Tamale United, Accra Great Olympics. They have issues to sort out. It's not been the kind of season that you would expect to find the likes of Olympics in that position. Relegation threatened. Accra Hearts of Oak right on top of them. Before the game, Kotoko were hovering just above Accra Hearts of Oak, and now they've bettered their position. And so from the 10th position, BBNE Gold Stars, Legon Cities, Karela United, who've done very well, amassed some points, especially at home. Heart of Lions have also lifted themselves up from the doldrums, playing at their dreaded Pando Park. Dreams FC have a couple of games in hand as well. Nanedu, like you said, it's not over, is it?
Yes. From the 11th position to the 18th position, any of the team could go to relegation.
They are all in danger.
They are all in danger. I think
11th position is Legon Cities. They have 41 points.
Yes, from 41 points. So the 31 points, any of them could be relegated at the end of the season.
So they'll still have to keep on fighting.
But where I sit, it's about 75% done for RTU and Bofo to be relegated. The
75%.
other one, 75%.
Okay.
The other one thing that we are looking for, that is what is important now. The team to join those two teams, that is where
Great Olympics, Hearts of Oak, Dreams FC, Heart of Lions, Karela,
and Legon Cities.
That
is why I'm saying the formula.
Yeah.
Has to work. The Brekum Chelsea game. 3 goals, 3 points in Brekum. If they don't use the same formula in the next 3 games that they have in the Premier League, per my experience in the Premier League, House of Folk will be relegated.
Wow.
They should use the same formula. If it's about preparation, if it's about special motivation to the players, if it's about tactics, House of Folks will find a way to use the same formula.
They have Nations FC at home. They have Great Olympics, their arch rivals and city rivals at home. And then they travel away to Bechem.
With the same formula, they have to win all the 3 games.
One of the games that may be very difficult for them might probably be the game against their arch rivals.
That is Olympics. That is why I'm saying they should use the same formula. Not with the ball break Chelsea game to get the 9 points out of these games.
I think Hearts borrowed, either Hearts borrowed or Olympics borrowed, but they both used the same formula and won by the same number of goals against Brekum Chelsea.
So if it's about tactics, special motivation, training regime, quality of players, they should find the same formula for the next 3 games. That is my point.
That's for Hearts of Oak.
That is for Hearts of Oak.
Okay.
Their game against Nations is not an easy game. That is tomorrow night.
Sure.
I may give them the maximum 3 points in that game.
Against Kasim Mingo?
Kasim Mingo.
Okay.
The game against Great Olympics, it depends on the Kotoko Olympics game in the Takamichi Sports Complex. What will come out of that particular game? And of course, their last game against Bechem United, they can pick the maximum 3 points.
Okay, well, Hearts have started strategizing already. The board and the executive chairman himself visited the team at training, shared a few thoughts with them, and you can see the seriousness written on his face. Accra Hearts of Oak are in dire straits. But Josiah, I don't know whether this pep talk would ginger the team, because prior to the Kotoko game, Togby visited them.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah. Maybe the circumstances then were quite different. The conditions were quite different. But if you are talking about Hearts and Kotoko and the number of crunch meetings they've had this season, I think at every point in time when there's a crunch meeting, the next game is a game that they tend to put in a lot of, energy and some amount of, purpose. And we saw Hearts of Oak starting the season without scoring. They were not scoring goals. Then they were held that, crunch AGM annual general meeting, and after that it was a different thing. Kotoko were struggling. They had to meet the king himself, Utumfo, and after that things changed. So maybe that has been, the magic card for them. Whenever there is a current meeting from, the patrons of these respective, clubs, then it means something echoes in the minds of these players in the immediate game they have to play right after that. For Hearts of Oak, fortunately for them, out of the 3 games they have to play, 2 will be at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Where they find it difficult to win.
They find it difficult to win because in their last 2 games over there, they've lost. And they've dropped points at home than you can imagine. And they are the worst performing club at home in the league. They are the worst performing club at home in the league. Per the numbers, they are not really performing at home. So I believe maybe after that meeting, things could change for them.
Okay. Well, let's revisit the Baba Yara Stadium. It was a very good game, 90 minutes plus extra time or time added on. And that's what Kotoko needed to beat Accra Hearts of Oak. After the game, we interacted with fans of both teams. And let's listen to especially what the Hearts fans said after the game, and of course what the Kotoko fans also believe in, with a couple of matches to go to end the season.
Na team no ya toy and supporters and has lusu ya temperature e kosoro oni so da gu ne has of okunti
obibaka say I akambe any board no su biem na adent na bo akambe di
board no mini su biem say o ma atlase asa hisha board fufuro a o me say o su biem eti no team no obi ko no mo ba ye o mo nko no su mura adem da eti has of okuni and supporters pa more from and scoreboard any eti has mo bacha scoreboard any and scoreboard any yeah and omoma has go from because say if you na so be has match na has so ko ya uba wu afiri ase
that was
na if you
meeting the Lazio Yusuf, may a former player of Haas, former player of Adriana, Brekum Chelsea and Ashgood. Me sansu a freedom fighter. And a game na a course wa hano. Kotoko. E de abodi ese obo nyina. A boss serious game. Has we have a lot of work to do. Football no dey be aya make say. Enya about say me has ni nti. Anasa we Kotoko ni nti. Kotoko ni has ya na ema leg na ede. Sawadi ase Kotoko ni has ya na ema leg na ede. South the American has. So it's all about the win. It's all about the win. Mane kasa. Anu na ma game ni ede. Mane kasa anu na ma game ni ede. The person make say we are going to work hard and make sure we come out with something better next season.
We are former player there, Mami Bissau. Who Ghana League this season?
Oh, season there. Anytime biya Kotoko ni has ebeke chire season in there. Do you get it? But with the credits the Ebema Samates on my idea due to omo status. So they say no more team are taking over the league. Kotoko ni has ye na ewedwuma ye. Mema ye ntra nka say team na ye dabi enye ye. Ye nyina ye ewedwuma ye. Yes, ohwe team na ya center backs ni na omo team ntumrika. Mukwala fantastic striker. Ball ne to honuma. Obeko eja defenders no. Ne ho ye den osanso wo speed. Has your defenders no omo nimirika. So
Yemperi 40 on no more idea. Omuko clips no. No more to idea. Omuto idea has any be. Has idea has any be na esa omukoto. So idea say enya the order that. Ya center back ni na some center back from. Baby do akwa. Young boys no. On my foreign place. Before. Peter we do akwa baba ya boys no mo be that on fa Bukwana e para chauto Bukwana my. Bukwana be ka atibo but na babo. Ya do mo asina mi tira omo. Peter we do akwa samo so mo stay. Number a foreign place before me can that's where we and one the best. Very very nice. Game nice pa. That's number 2 no. Asante Mokola. Oma boy, am eni ati. Sarate. Ami strana sa. Imano kote sunu. Asreka se kuma imano kote. Champion. Ba ya no mo sori o mo supporters ya mapa. The entire me ma o de mo hwe referee ball wo di ye. Enti next time nipa no eba park na referee yes next time we ba. Enti e be so say Ghana football o mo mani nko referees no. Ba ma this radio ba ko am de tu ye na otumfu anim say yes no na sori o so pa Africa. Mokola Kwan bia so e be sere na Mokoala beka ama Kotoko next season ya je cap na kwa Africa ye di say gu ensayam ya sere na say o ma Mokoala en ka fa makumasi Asante Kotoko medam ase
yeah ni aji because though na has for a game but yesu nya counter bia na it did ko shego nti nya aji pa a nice game teams ni me nyina bobo but many aji say etimi awin game no
mama mbisa o season wo hwe as a whole say na be ka fa league no
league in the way si pesi ehunu ye hunu sa because we share time na 2008 mu okra ba no ka ba shire for time e G league no na game na do ekwa Africa ultimate competition ultimate no mo boss wa yire ho ana dreams for so kwa Africa no hu se omo bo mo mbende ba ombe sia Zamalek no hu se difference um Kotoko so ne asek for ball no hu se asek for no osoro enti ese e boy mo mod na ye league ni cause because Ghana ye football nation enti ese yire ho na ye league ni cause so first no
enti ususu se o hwe House of Folk ni Kotoko mo performance na akofem no ane number league na akofem ana
eno ka because oko me ko Egypt say no obo Kotoko din a obi anim Kotoko ba ese obo Kotoko din a Africa ntimi nkobi House so ntimi nkobi eno so na a big club enti eno ese yire on ye ko enu na bibia e kama pa.
All right, so some of the fans sharing their thoughts, mixed reactions there. Of course, the Hearts fans believe that there's a lot of work to be done by the management and the leadership of the Accra Hearts of Oak team. But Kotoko also believe that they are not there yet, but at least from what they are seeing so far, it looks like there seems to be some revival. Earlier on, we spoke about Hearts and what they should do in their last couple of matches. Let's switch our attention to Kotoko briefly. And the last matches, Nanedu, also clearly shows that a constant win for Kotoko revives not only the hopes of the players, but the fans. And then it gives some form of positivity going into next season.
I think even after the meeting with Optimum Shaw, they've lost only one game.
Yes.
That is the game against Brekum Chelsea in Brekum. A win at home to Samates. Went to Takwa, had a draw against Mediema, and a lose against Brekum Chelsea, and now a win against House of Folk.
Sure.
So despite Asante Kotoko having a bad season, one thing supporters will be happy about it is doing double over House of Folk.
Yeah.
Winning in the first round 3-2, sure. Scoring 3 goals in that particular game, and winning in the second round by 2-0. It means out of the 2 games, they're able to score 5 goals.
Yeah.
Mokoala scoring 2 goals in the first game, scoring 2 goals in the second game. So most of these supporters in Asante Kotoko will be happy doing double over House of Folk. That is a big news when it comes to Ghana football. So they are happy about that particular result.
Okay.
That will help them in preparing themselves for next season.
Okay.
Look at the kind of plans Kotoko have for this particular preseason, going to about 3 countries in Europe, trying to sign players even before they move outside the country to prepare for next season, tells you they've already started plans for next season as it stands now.
I see.
That is a good sign for Asante Kotoko because they know Omunya a very bad season. So only thing that will help them bring the image and the love from the fans is to make sure they win games to the end of the season. So I think it's a good result against House of Folk they had on Sunday.
They have a game coming up against the Wonder Club. How do you see that game?
It's a big game. I don't know the Mokoala situation because I understand when you invitation from the Uganda national team head coach, and preparation is starting this particular weekend.
Sure.
Ahead of the World Cup qualifier that is coming on. So I don't know if Mukwala will be available for the game against Olympics or he will move
but if
to his
he's
national
not,
team.
they have some quality strikers in their midst.
Well, Freddy Kasari is already in Accra.
Okay.
As it stands now, he's training with the Black Stars team. They will train around 4 p.m. At the Legon Sports Stadium. So Freddy Kasari is in Accra.
Okay.
Mukwala is likely to move to Uganda camp. So those two players are likely to be out of the game against Great Olympics. When we look at the last game Olympics played against Asante Kotoko.
Before you continue, let's take a look at the stats the stats of Stephen Mukwala. Yeah. Seems to be having quite a good time in the season. Of course, the season didn't start too well, not for only him but for Kotoko. But a goal against Nations FC, couple of goals against Legon City's Brekum Chelsea. He's got 4 against Accra Hearts of Oak. He's got 2 against Bofakwa Tano. And then 1 against Mediama Udiana and Real Tamale United. He seems to be showing that potency when he's fielded, when he's put on the field.
Especially against some of the top sides.
Sure.
This particular season, when we look at the Ghana Premier League, the top side in the Premier League has been Samates, Udiana Stars, Mediama, Nations FC, Brekum Chelsea, Hearts of Oak, you know, some of these teams.
Yeah.
So for you to score 1 against Nations, it means you are doing well. 2 against Legon Cities, it means you are doing well. 2 goals against Brekum Chelsea.
Yeah.
Good for Stephen Mukwala.
Okay.
4 goals against Hearts of Oak.
That's unprecedented.
And yet less in Yana to me a season like this.
That's unprecedented, yeah.
4 goals against Hearts of Oak. A goal against RTU. 2 goals against Bofakwa. A goal against Ediana Stars. And of course, a goal against Mediama. But it's a good season for Stephen Mukwala. In his
absence, like I was saying, Kotoko should be able to have men capable.
Yes, when we look at the Kotoko team, they have about 3 or 4 strikers who can play Mukwala's role. Okay. Apart from Mukwala, they still have Kalu Watara in the team.
They do.
Don't forget they had Bernard Somwa, who is also training with under 20 team in Pram Pram. So he's also in Accra now, but he will join the team before the game against Olympics. Okay. But for Freddy Kasari, he will be part of the Black Stars team. So it means Danlad or Moise Poite will be imposed against Olympics at the Dr. Kwame Chase Pocket because they will not use the Kumasi Sports Stadium because it's closed down for preparation ahead of the Black Stars game against Central African Republic. So in his absence, they still have some players in the team who can, slot in and play well. The likes of, Bernard Somwa and Kalu Watara. In which I think the kind of performance Bernard Somwa showed up in the game against Hearts of Oak. When he comes in again for Mukwala, he'll do a good job for the club.
Okay. So Amankuna leads the Goal King chart with 15 goals. He's followed closely by Stephen Mukwala on 14. Hamza Issa has kept his nose in there with 12 goals. And then Ivan Sosewusu, he's one of the few players I've really admired this season. For the kind of role he plays, he also finds it easy to bang in the goals. Baba Hamadu Musa, Efriye Boateng, Prince Owusu Kwabena, and Al-Hassan Mankuyeli. These are players who have also shown some kind of quality when it comes to goal scoring. Mankuyeli is the leading goal scorer for Real Tamale United. He did well last season as well. Prince Owusu Kwabena's experience has brought to bear on goal stars. And then Efriye Boateng, the youngster, is also showing clean pair of heels. Now, Josiah, the kind of filler I'm getting from fans is that Accra Great Olympics believe that it's a good omen the match has been shifted from Kumasi to Abrankesi. Their reason is that the Abrankesi seats are all blue and white. Simplicity.
I don't know how.
They said that the chairs are blue and white, so it is their match.
I think it's an awkward way, to derive motivation going into a game like this.
Well, let me correct you there. For Accra Great Olympics, nothing is awkward. It is the wonder. Yes.
But maybe they do believe in that. But I think maybe it would have been better for them to have played at the Barbara Sports Stadium. If you are really a Kotoko fan. The last time they went to Abrankesi this season, they lost to Nations. But they are unbeaten at the Barbara Sports Stadium. They played against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yeah. They held them to a goalless draw. They played against Hearts of Oak there. They held them to a goalless draw. Well, so per the statistics and the games they played, I believe maybe it would have been better for them to play at the Barbara Sports Stadium.
I think the best result for Asante Kotoko in that game will be a draw. I see Olympics going to Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex to pick a straight win in their game against Kotoko. Team are all struggle, official results in games like this. Most of the times, they are not much more than the one who is, comfortable in that particular position. So it's a big game for them.
So the Abrankese Stadium is ready for Accra Great Olympics. Nations FC, by the way, have a date against Accra Hearts of Oak. That match is coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. So do make a date. Do join us. There will be lots of excitement from that game. Accra Hearts of Oak and Nations FC. One of the few things the Accra Hearts of Oak coach Ouattara has done is that he's been working on the team from close range, and sources tell us that we may see a different approach by Accra Hearts of Oak, especially in terms of the quality of play we will see on the field of play against Nations FC. But don't forget, Kasim Mengel Okansi can pull a fast one over his Accra Hearts of Oak team. And so, well, all eyes will be there. But we'll also be bringing you up to speed with matches to look out for match day 32, which is just around the corner. We'll take a look at the fixtures or the pairings, as it were, and then we see which team is going where, and then fancy their chances of performance in the game. But Accra Hearts of Oak and Nations FC will kickstart match day 32. So there you have it on your screen. That game is tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, Bechem United will be at home, the Nana Fosu Park, and they will be taking on Adriana FC. You can call that a local derby. And let's see how can Adriana score a first victory over Bechem United out of the 9 matches they've played. Time will definitely tell. Legon Cities on Saturday will take a look at sorting Bofuakwatano out. And as Nana Edu said, Bofuakwatano is done and dusted for them. They go back to the first division, but let's wait and see. The Theatre of Dreams will be the venue. Then at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, it will be Asante Kotoko taking on Great Olympics. That game is on Sunday. In Swatreman FC, stay at home at the Professor Nana Amwa Kronomansa Park, where Accra Lions will pay a visit to them. I would like to see how Maxwell Kunedu and his opposite number will fare in this charged atmosphere game. Brekum Chelsea will stay at home. They welcomed Real Tamale United. Heart of Lions will make the trip from Ho to Takwa to take on Mediama Sporting Club. Gold Stars will also fancy their chances at the Century Sports Arena. FC Samatex, the current league leaders and uncrowned league champions, will be at home. And then Dreams FC and Karela United have a date at the Theatre of Dreams in Dewu on Sunday. Josiah, pick of the pack.
Quite some mouth-watering games coming up.
All the matches are mouth-watering. I would agree with you, especially as we roll in towards the end of the
season.
The season. But let's take away Asante Kotoko Great Olympics. Let's take away Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, I'm going straight to Century. That's where I'm going, because for back-to-back game weeks, it looks like they'll be the real winners on match day 32. Last week, they had to play away from home. Sure. But they had the second and third facing each other, which Adriana won against Nations. So it gave them a bit of space, a
little bit of a breather.
Exactly. And they still maintain that 6-point lead. Now, this week, Nations are going away from home to Heart of Oak. Adriana are also going to Bechem. They've never won against Bechem, just like you said in their last night. So for Samatex to be at home, it's more also like a derby, the Western derby against Gold Stars. Maybe this will be the week they'll be crowned champions. Because if the other two teams, Nations and Indiana, should drop points, and Samatex should win, they automatically they are champions.
Nanedu, I fancy Heart of Lions doing well against Midiama.
Yes, this particular weekend, I will not be surprised. We can see more than 2 away wins in the Ghana Premier League. At least 3 going in the Ghana Premier League. I see,
Heart of Lions, one of them.
Heart of Lions, one of them. Accra Lions, one of them. And of course, Olympics, also one of them. And probably RTU. But, that is probably. I see House of Folk picking the maximum 3 points against Nations FC.
Battles between RTU and Brekum Chelsea at Brekum have not been very easy.
Yes. That is why I'm predicting that particular game as, a likely a draw or away win for RTU.
I see.
When you look at the games coming up, I will go for House of Folk win over Nations FC. And I will go for, Adriana away win or draw over Bechem United. I don't see Bechem picking the maximum 3 points at home against Indiana Stars.
You don't?
I don't see Bechem picking the maximum 3 points.
Okay.
You know, Heart of Lions, they can get an away win in Takwa. They can get an away win in Takwa. It depends on the game involving Samatex and Bibiani Gold Stars.
Okay.
If Samatex is picking the maximum 3 points, I see Heart of Lions picking the straight win in Takwa. But if Samatex are dropping points in Samra Boy, I see then Mediama is likely to pick a win against Heart of Lions because there are a lot of things at stake in some of these games. Mediama had a vision, say they can still come back and do well in the Ghana Premier League. So I will go for Heart of Lions away win, Samatex home win, Dreams FC home win, Out to You away win, Accra Lions away win, Olympics away win, Legon City's home win against Bofakwatano, Indiana Stars away win over Bechem United, and House of Folk win against Nations FC.
Predictions. We'll be getting to the phone line soon. I'm sure a lot of you would want to share your thoughts as well. But before we get there, we'll do a very quick commercial break. And before we get into the commercial break, let me remind you that this program is supported heavily by Max by JB Fresh and Kivo Gary 4-in-1 mix. Let's do that break, and when we come back, don't forget, we will also touch base on the final squad named by Otto Addo and the chances of the senior national team, the Black Stars, against the Malians in Bamako. We'll take a look at that game as well. We'll be back shortly.
GPL Headquarters.
The Confederation of African Athletics Region 2 Seniors Championship is here in Accra, Ghana from the 4th to 5th of June 2024. So get ready for the ultimate athletics showdown featuring the very best athletes from the sub-region and 15 African nations. It's a battle for glory and honor, as well as the last route to the Olympic dream in Paris. Come and witness the lightning fast 100 meters, the endurance demanding 800 meters, the highly technical long jump and the thrilling 4x100 and the 4x400 relays. The magic, pulse and energy of the spectators. Ghana will be hosting countries including Nigeria, the Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Togo, La Côte d'Ivoire, and many more. Catch this all-important Olympic qualifier live on Max TV, the official broadcast partner. The race is on. Proudly brought to you by Ghana Athletics.
La Liga is back! Get ready for the excitement of La Liga on Star Times in stunning HD at affordable rates. Star Times brings you the best of the Spanish Football League right to your screen. Don't miss any of the 380 matches of the upcoming 2024-2025 season and beyond. All with English commentary. Grab your Star Times decoder today for stylish football at unbeatable prices. Witness the incredible skills and pace of your favorite stars. Jude Bellingham, Robert Lewandowski, the Williams brothers, Vinicius Jr., the sensational Lamine Yamal, and many, many more ballers. It's a new season full of thrills on Star Times.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
GPL Headquarters.
All right, many thanks for sticking and staying with us. We're back in the studio and we'll be wrapping up our discussion in just a couple of minutes. But before we do that, let me remind you that match day 32 of the Ghana Premier League is on from tomorrow throughout the weekend up to Sunday. But now, a lot of the focus and the concentration is on the senior national team, the Black Stars. World Cup qualifier for Group I, and Ghana has not started on a very good footing. Ghana is not even at the top of the table. Wins against Mali and Central Africa will help, but don't forget, Ghana is taking on Mali in Bamako at the 26th March Stadium, a stadium the Black Stars know very, very well. But then after that, they'll have to come back home. The Garden City of Kumasi will be welcoming them for that game against Central African Republic. Otto Addo has named his 26-man squad for the double header, as it were. Players have been injured. He's explained why they are not there. But currently on your screen are players that have been selected by Otto Addo to stand firm for the national team, the Black Stars. I still have Nanaidu here. I still have Josiah here. Quickly, gentlemen, let me kick off with you, Nanaidu. And what do we make of the 26-man squad, bearing in mind the fact that explanation has been given to why certain players are not there due to injury? Is this the best we could come up with?
I think, I'll give him about 80 to 85%.
Really?
For selecting, the best available players.
Okay.
For the Blastard ahead of.
Then that's 100. Why 85?
There are some one or two players,
okay.
Or explaining the reason why they
Sure.
are not in the Blasters team. Baba Abdurrahman, Andre Dedayo, players who are injured. Mashida Shimeru, Daniel Kofi-Chire, Daniel Amate. The reason why some of these players has been retired from the Blasters prematurely.
Okay.
Baba Rahman, Alfred Duncan, Jeffrey Schlupp, Bernard Mensah and staff. So that is why I'm giving him, 80 to 85% for selecting,
good enough to take on Mali.
At least to play against Mali. We still have some experienced players in the team. Atizigi, Tariq Lamte, Gideon Mensah.
And of course, inclusion of some new players.
Jerome Opoku is one of the highly performing Ghanaian defenders in Turkey. The same as Abdul Mumin for Rayo Vallecano. He's also doing well when it comes to European football. Already we have Alexander Jiku, who was close to winning the Turkish league.
Sure.
And of course, Mohamed Salisu, who has qualified AS Monaco for next season's UEFA Champions League. A player like Ibrahim Sulemana, one of the best DM we have so far in Europe now, playing for Cagliari. Thomas Partey, who was close to winning the English Premier League with Arsenal. Mohamed Kudus, arguably one of the best performing African players in Europe now, is also in the squad. The right dream talent, the likes of Kamaldeen Sulemana, and of course Ernest Niama.
So you would say it's quite a good all-round team.
I would give him between 80 to 85% for selecting best players all over to play for the Blasters.
I see. Okay, Josiah, what's your take on the 26?
I think it's a good squad. It's just a good squad, and if Nadid is saying he'll give him 85%, I don't know where the remaining 15% is going, because any other player that's not here is either injured or does not warrant a place.
Or has not availed himself.
Or that's just the right thing to do.
Okay.
And there are players out there whom you think would some sort of create some divided opinion amongst Ghanaians if they should be there or not. But we have familiar faces over here, and with the squad we have now, I just don't think there's any other player somewhere.
Do you get the feeling that Otto Addo is also considering or taking into consideration continuity?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And you look at those two friendly games we played in Marrakesh a couple of months ago, where he came down to before now assuming post on a full-time basis. He spoke about the fact that he wants to work with the youth because it's a long-term project, and that's why he's been given a 3-year contract. It's not a 1-year contract, it's a 3-year contract where he believes that, the old generation should be phased out, very well to make way. And that's why we saw Francis Abu. We saw a couple of players join those two friendlies against Uganda and also Nigeria, where we played in Marrakesh, and that's what we are seeing now. Most of the players that have been caught up now played in those two friendly games, with the exception of Brandon Thomas Asante, and then the midfielder who plays in the Italian Serie A. Sure. So I believe there's a project, there's a blueprint, and they are going according to what they have on the blueprint. And You know, for the omission of Andre Ayew, yes, it was shocking, but he's also made it clear he hasn't been totally omitted from the squad. He's not saying that he's retired. He's saying for now, which means that maybe, you know, in the near future we could see Andre Ayew return. But this is the qualifiers we are talking about.
Yeah.
There's the qualifiers where we all believe we've not started on a good note. So the games against Mali and Central African Republic are must-win games, and I believe that's why we are not seeing players like Andre.
But we have one Ghana Premier League player in Benjamin Asare. Frederick Asare, sorry, who is doing well for Asante Kotoko. You know, when you look at the goalkeeping department, Solomon Abashi, Felix Chey, all these players are having a good season. But I think it's good to have at least one local goalkeeper in the Blaster squad in Frederick Asare.
For the sense of the game, I've even been asking questions. Why, if you're even going to select a player from the local league, why not an out-and-out player? Why a goalkeeper? You know, because a few people believe that there are some individual players who have also shown great talent.
One thing about, you know, selecting players for some of these, you know, international games, competitive games. When you look at where we find ourselves in our league, most of these clubs need their best players to play the last 3 games of the Ghana Premier League. If player cannot guarantee a starting place in the Blasters, I would prefer that player helping his team at this crucial moment of the Ghana Premier League. Imagine you are calling a player from Deep Chelsea, Abdulaziz Issa or John Entry. You cannot guarantee him a starting place in the Blasters. Rather, you maintain him in Dream Chelsea to help Dream Chelsea fight and survive in the Ghana Premier League than calling him to the Blasters to be a bench warmer.
Phone number, the phone line is on the screen. The phones are open. Let's go to Chokot to take our first caller. Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Joseph. Can you hear me? Hello.
I think he's listening to himself.
Okay, we lost Joseph there. Joseph, if you can hear us, kindly call back. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Number is on the screen, 055-846-2088. Give us a call. Share your thoughts with us as we all rally behind the red, gold, and green with the Black Star as they take on their opponents from Mali. I'll take a long drive to Ashaiman. Olivia is on the line. Olivia, good evening. Oh, fine, anyone hear me? Go find a toy thing. Thank you very much, Olivia, calling from Ashaiman. She had a few complaints and telling us especially her thoughts on the issue. She also says, yes, she agrees that the Starlets did not do very well, but she wishes them luck as we go forward. But our concentration for this couple of minutes before we wrap up is on the senior national team, the Black Stars. We would love to hear your thoughts on what the 26-man contingent means for you as a Ghanaian, and as we take a look at the 2 games against Mali and the Central African Republic. Albert is calling us from Kaswa. Hello, Albert.
Hello, good afternoon, Prince.
Yes, sir, good evening. Many thanks for joining us. What's your take? Are you happy with the team?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
You are not happy?
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Tell us why.
Because how can a whole Black Stars squad and you can't find one outfield player in the league, in the squad? It is not good.
Okay.
We want to promote our local league.
Sure.
All the best players in the local league, give them the confidence that they can play. But you don't really call one outfield player. I saw your pencil in one of our venues. I think he has been in the venue of the look. So he's trying to see that he didn't identify one outfit player. Hello?
That's a good point. Yes, we are here.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so your person is trying to say identify Godfrey Twine. He didn't identify Razak Simpson. He didn't identify Abdulaziz. And what in 2006, in 2006, the coach is invited players by William Tielo, Dampoma, Dampe. It gave them the confidence. It gave them the confidence that if they play well, they will be invited. The local league was winning. But I rest my case. But I think the capital fall we should give the opportunity for our local players that we could change that to motivate them to play their best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think I agree with you. But one of the explanations Otto Addo himself gave was that the preparation for the match was very close, and so he needs to work straight away on tactics for the game. He also admitted that he has not paid close attention to the local league, but now that he is here on a full-time basis as head coach of the Black Stars, one of the few things he's going to do is to monitor the league matches as much as he can, so he can also avail himself with the kind of quality that we have. I'm not holding brief for him nor the Ghana Football Association, but that was the explanation given. Frederick Asari, he knows already, and like we said earlier on, the continuation continues with that. So let me see. Okay, I'll take a quick trip to Koforidia, Cove Town. Kojo is on the line. Hello, Kojo. Hello, Kojo.
Good evening.
Good evening, Kojo. Bibi Aboko. Mr. Bibi Aboko, Anna. Okay, Yending Komwe.
Bibi Aboko.
Yending Komwe, what do you have for us?
Bibi Aboko.
Okay.
But I've asked the ball number 7 Kakatra.
Yo.
But I've seen our team in here, coach, no man prayers in here. Prayers in here, but I'm defenders, 2 defenders, no. But your coach needs to sound like a train.
Okay.
Coach, you know.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yes, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. His concern is the defensemen in the center of defense for Accra Hearts of Oak, and he believes that they are not too good enough and that they should meet a change. Anyway, we still have a couple of minutes to go, so send in your call and talk to us. Tell us what you think of the Black Star squad. Don't forget, the team will be training in Accra for the next couple of days until they leave the shores of Ghana on Tuesday to Mali, Bamako to be precise, and then the match will be on. We definitely will be keeping close attention on their preparation so far. But all too soon our time is up. We definitely have to bounce out of the studio. I'll take a quick word from my 2 panelists before we go. So match 32 coming up this weekend. Nanedu first.
Yes, Prince, we need to pray for House of Oak. They need prayers. Are they the only team that need prayers? Asante Kotoko, we need them. Will not be too happy with Asante Kotoko, we all need them. Okay. We need them in the Ghana Premier League. We need to pray for them. That is why I'm saying, the game against Broken Chelsea. The rest of the 3 games now. That is my point.
Josiah, should we pray for Olympics too?
I doubt. I'm just looking. Yeah, they are in real trouble, but I think we would get our winner of the league this weekend, or this match weekend. I believe this will be the week that